Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to jump right into this mommy tag video. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below and tell me what is your favorite thing about being a parent. Alright, let's jump right into it. Question number 1. How old were you when you had your first child? I was 21. Number 2. What was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? For me, the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months was the fact that I had to wait 9 months to meet my child. I've always wanted to be a mom, so the fact that I had to sit and let my daughter bake correctly for 9 months was extremely hard for me. My anxiety was through the roof. Number 3, can you think of any good things you enjoyed during those 9 months? I enjoyed my pregnancy as a whole, but if I had to pick a specific thing, I would probably say my appreciation for my pregnancy body was my favorite thing about being pregnant, especially living in a country where body positivity is lacking. Like, it's starting to come up, but it's sort of lacking. Being in a headspace where I was gaining the weight and then appreciating the weight gain and not kind of, you know, like, oh, I'm fat or whatever. It was a pure love for my pregnancy body. So I think that was my favorite thing. Number 4, in your opinion, were all the things you heard about childbirth accurate or way off? I would kind of say 50-50. One, because when you watch movies, like, clearly that's not how childbirth goes, or at least not the way mine did or any other childbirthing stories I heard. Usually those are exaggerated. But I will also say childbirth, as well as your pregnancy, is something that's very individual. It's very hard to hear another person's story and try to, you know, think of how your childbirth is going to go, because every woman's body is different. Every woman's pregnancy is different. Like I said, it's a very individual experience. So it's kind of hard to go off of, you know, even scientific readings and stuff on it, because you just don't know until you get there. Number 5, would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? My childbirth experience, I really don't think there was anything differently that I could have done. For those of you who sat through my extremely long labor and delivery video, you guys know what I'm talking about. There's really nothing differently that I could have done. That was solely my daughter. And that's another thing, you know, like I said previously, every childbirth is differently. Sometimes, or I'm not even going to say sometimes, all the time, it's resulting from what your child is doing. You have to remember, yes, your body is passing through your baby, but it's your baby who's, you know, apart from the hormones that send those, you know, signals to your body, but it's really your baby that's doing all the work. Your baby decides when they're ready to come. They decide, you know, if they want to be sideways, if they want to be breached, if they want to be head down in the right position. That's up to them. So it's, you know, a lot of times, or at least in my situation specifically, it was up to my daughter. That was that was her show. Number 6, what would be your advice for someone who is about to have a baby? My advice would be to enjoy the moment. Just embrace your pregnancy, childbirth as well. Embrace it while it lasts, because it honestly, it flies by so fast. It goes by so fast. It's unreal. It may seem like it's going by really slow, but if you really take a second to step back and look at the whole picture, it's going by so fast. And just make sure you take the time to really embrace what your body is doing, the connection you have with your baby while you're pregnant. Just embrace the whole situation, because it really is beautiful. So just be patient and enjoy it while it lasts. Number 7, what has been the hardest thing about being a mom? That's a good question. You will never hear me say that being a mom is hard. Uh, for me, just I will never say that being a mom is hard. I feel like it's an experience, it's a journey, it's a new chapter of life, and it's just something that you embrace. I guess if I had to pick, I would say trusting my maternal instincts first and not doubting that I know what I'm doing. Not to sound cocky, but in some situations you just know. I mean, they call it mother's intuition for a reason. I've been really in tune and really trusting myself and knowing that, you know, I know what I'm doing with my child. Number 8, what has been the most rewarding thing being a mom? I think the fact that I get to wake up in the morning or I get woken up by my daughter. Her smile, just her presence, she's so calming and so reassuring, and she is such a healing spirit that when we wake up in the morning and I just look at her, it's like the world just stops and we really just enjoy that moment of each other's company. We enjoy growing our bond, and that's my favorite part of the day. And it really does, it sets the tone for the rest of the day for us. And I think that's the best thing about, or that's the most rewarding thing about being a mom so far, is that specific moment and the feelings that come from that moment. What is the best memory you have involving your child? Apart from the one I just told you, I think, how old was she? She was like, she had to be 2 weeks old. It's kind of funny, it's a little TMI. But she was like 2 weeks old, and I was holding her like in my arms like this, I think. And she's just laying there, and I look down and there's some warm oozy stuff coming out on my hand. This girl sat there in my hands and blew out a diaper on me. And it was so funny because I had just vacuumed the carpet, and I go to pick her up and I'm, you know, giving her kisses or whatever, and she's pooping in my hand. So I guess that's a funny moment. But number 11, what was the most exciting milestone? I think teeth was very exciting for me. And it was very exciting because I tuned into my mother's intuition, and I knew she was about to start teething. And like 3 days before, she had her, was it her 5-month checkup? It might have been 4 months. She had that checkup, and I asked the doctor, I'm like, oh, well, does it look like she's about to start teething? And she told me no. But lo and behold, 3 days later, I felt a little tooth right on this side hit her spoon. It was 4 months. It had to be 4 months because I started feeding her solids at 4 months. All right, next question. Do you have any similarities with your child, both physical and emotional? Physically, I think she has my ears. I think she has, because I have like set out ears, but they're not big. But sometimes when I look at her in the back of her head, I think her ears set out. She has the tip of my nose. She has my chin. And she has like my body structure. Like her waist is long and then her legs are short. Personality wise, she's a lot more emotional than me. Like, she's extremely emotional. not in a bad way, because she's a very easygoing child. She's like the perfect daughter. So not in a bad way, but you can tell when her emotions get the best of her. We are both foodies like no other. I love telling people her eating habits, because she's only 7 months and literally she eats the same thing I do. And it's funny because I'll feed her like some pureed baby food and she'll kind of take it, but let me pull out some ham and some candy yams or some mac and cheese or something like that, and she's reaching for my plate. She has snatched chicken tenders off of my plate before and shoved them right in her mouth. So clearly we both love food. And she's so happy. Like she has the most amazing energy, and she's just so happy going, and I love that about her. I hope she keeps that up for the rest of her life, because she's in such a great mood all the time. So yeah, she got that from me. Where would you like your child to be in 10 years? In 10 years, in her life in general, my main objective for her is for her to be happy. Whatever she does, I'm going to stand behind her 100%, but I just really want her to be happy and just to enjoy her life by her own definition. I think that is something that is very important to me. I want her to truly love herself and live her life by her own definition. And when you do that, I really believe that she could live a happy life if she does that. What is something having a child has taught you? I've always been patient, but I feel like I've calmed down even more. I guess anxiety-wise, I have really calmed down and not worried about a lot of things. Because I'm so fast-paced between school and work and just having time for myself in general. I can find myself getting lost and worry. But having her, when I feel like I'm slipping away back into those, bad habits of worrying too much and that affecting my mood and my health and my sleeping habits, like I said earlier, she has a very healing energy. So it's like, literally, I look at her and it's like in her head, she's like, Mama, calm down. It's not that serious. Let's take a nap or something. And it's like, instantly, I snap back to reality and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Everything will fall into place. And I don't worry about it anymore. So, yeah, she has really calmed me down. Did you imagine that you'd be a mom at the age that you became a mom? Pretty much. Like I said, I've always wanted to be a mom. That is literally my main passion. I have such a nurturing spirit that I think at any age that I decided to become a mom, it would have been okay. Just because that's something that I knew for sure that I wanted to do. All right, and the last question, describe your child in a single sentence. If I had to describe her, I would say that she's an emotional ball of energy with the spirit to explore and heal others. Yeah, I would say she's an emotional ball of energy, ready to explore and heal others. Yeah, that's my child. Alright guys, so that's the end of it. I hope you liked this video. Once again, thank you so much for sitting and enjoying my company. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.